Hello and welcome to Kump. You know, a lot of people, let's just get right to the point, have been complaining that I'm not a serious enough man. The world has a lot of problems and I gotta fix them. I gotta address them. I have to enter the realm of philosophy and tubes and all this jargon, this technical sociological jargon. So we're gonna accommodate you. I found a video about philosophical paradox of sorts. And Lucie, can we play this paradox?
The advertising executive Rory Sutherland has a wonderful concept called the Doorman Fallacy.
The Doorman Fallacy.
Imagine you own a hotel and you have a doorman at the front of that hotel to open and close the door.
Simple enough.
You've got a number of doormen because you need them to work in shifts. Now imagine you get in some management consultants and you ask them to find efficiencies in...
All right, this is enough. This is ridiculous. Look, I have to take over this entire space. I can't have this guy. I know what the Doorman Fallacy is. I learned it in college. This guy doesn't know how to work YouTube.
Is it sort of like the trolley problem?
Go read Brady Hollywood. No disrespect, but I'm going to truncate this, all right? We'll go to his channel, watch his video. I'm sure it's great. Here's what the Doorman Fallacy is. You hire a doorman for your hotel, and he's supposed to do his job, right? But then you find out your doorman is selling crack. What the heck? This is a hotel. We don't sell crack at our hotel. And the problem is, it's not even that he's selling crack. You wish you were selling things other than crack. Maybe powder or cocaine might be more preferable. But that's the least of your problems. Because he's not doing his job. He's in the bathroom, in the toilet, getting blown and trading sex wares and getting his knob slobbed for crack. And you know what's happening? Packages are getting stolen. And then you might as well not have a doorman anymore. That's the Doorman Fallacy. All right? That's what... And, like, no one can... People think philosophy is just, like, obtuse...
that seems more like a doorman problem, to be fair, than a doorman fallacy.
Well, I think it's... look, first of all,
fallacy usually, like... It's like a problem with your logic.
I thought fallacy was a fancy word for blowjob. Maybe I'm mistaken. All right.
I mean, what you're describing seems more like a doorman situation. Like you got a situation with your doorman.
I think the way I understand fallacy is like false, like bad. False is bad, right?
Yeah.
And so like so it's like, you know, this is like you're supposed to be a doorman, but this is fallacious doorman activity. You know, like this is like the doorman being good would be like opening the door, taking the package and signing for it, not getting his dick sucked for crack in the toilet. But this guy's doing the latter, not the former. So it's fallacious. It's fallacies.
I was fired for fallacious behavior on the job.
I was getting my knob slobbed. How much knob slobbing does it take? What is it? Is it vials of crack cocaine? Is that the nomenclature? Is that how we're running the world now? We're going to do away with the dollar as a world reserve currency. But it's not going to be what you think. It ain't going to be the euro. It ain't going to be the Chinese yuan. Is that how you pronounce it? I believe. It ain't going to be crypto either. It's going to be vials of crack cocaine. And you can exchange that for either, you know, apples and oranges or knob slobs. Get your dick sucked or get an apple. That's the new economy, all right? Neoliberalism is coming to an end. We're in a new situation, a new economic situation, and it's much more exciting and much more depressing, right? You didn't think you could be like depressed and excited at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. You thought it was like, you know, you sit there in your bed and you go, I wish women would, I could fap to women in real life. That's what they call it, right? That's what the kids call, you know, these young people, they call... I'm saying they wish...
You're imagining a masturbation addict.
Right.
Who wants...
He's internalized the idea.
What he really wants is to masturbate in front of somebody.
I think that's really what people have kind of conditioned themselves into, unfortunately. I think they've kind of short-circuited the parts of the exchange. I'm not saying they can't learn to. It's, you know, these young people who condition themselves to debase themselves with the wonderful all these different kind of videos, you know. ooh, get on the bus. We'll give you money for this survey. But then the survey gets dirty. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to advertise them for free anymore. I'm always referencing them, but I'm not going to give them free advertisement anymore.
Is that one of the ones where they would leave them on the side of the road at the end?
Yeah, but I think that's fake.
Mm-hmm.
I think they agreed to do that for the gag. But regardless, they've had such a fun time that when it comes down and we gotta get women or men, whatever, and they're just like, it's not. I know they know, but they watched enough of it. But I'm just saying, it's the same way you eat a sleeve of cookies. And then you try to eat a carrot, it don't work no more.
Mm-hmm.
Your body doesn't want the carrot. It hates you for it. It tries to get you to jump off a building if you eat a carrot. We are the masters of our own reality. Mm-hmm. And so therefore we can kind of create force our bodies into new feedback loops. Right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm gonna give young men the secret later. Once I figure it out. The point is, what were we talking about? We were talking about the violence of crack. Oh, you thought you couldn't be excited, and you thought, I'm just so depressed. If only someone could excite me. But we're entering a time now where you can be excited and depressed. Like you're with your girl. You finally stopped fapping, and you got a girl now, and it's exciting to watch her get stabbed in front of you by the mass hordes. Of the men of violence, right? The hungry masses, the people who do eat carrots because all they got, and they're coming for what you got. I mean, I feel like that qualifies, right? I feel like I'm right. I feel like why am I not Immanuel Kant? Why am I not Kierkegaard, or whatever any of these philosophy guys are? Mm. What I just said has more bearing on the real world than anything Immanuel Kant ever said. Do you think you ever talk about a guy's fapping and the problems they're with? Or what what happens if your girlfriend or wife gets stabbed in front of you? I mean, it ain't gonna happen to me. I'll just.
Well, Kierkegaard talked about the pain of the binding of Isaac and the
video game.
The thing that, when God ordered Abraham
when God was like, kill your son. He's like, yeah, most deaf. No problem. On it. Like, I'm kidding. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like...
I wanted you to put up a little bit of a fight.
Yeah, do you even like this kid? Whatever. Well, I forget. Was that his kid? Didn't that guy, want a kid forever? Was that part of the deal? He was 300 years old, and we've never had a kid, and I banged my maid, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and and got her pregnant. But that's the whole thing. That kid became banished, right?
Well, yeah, that's Martin.
It's a whole
King.
part of the Bible. It's 8% of the Bible is devoted to that one story about how this guy just couldn't get his chick pregnant. And then God's like, all right, fine. I've unlocked the pussy or whatever. I've unlocked her old pussy. You can cream pie her now. And then he's like, yeah, but you know what? Kill it. How old was it? I mean, he was. I guess he lived about 15 years. If he did go through with it, he's like, that guy is kind of weird. He let me have a kid finally, and then you. But he's like, look, you got 15. What do you want? You want to watch him not get a job? There's no job. Look around. You're the second guy I ever made, or whatever. This is not. I'm not a rabbi, or a priest, or a pope. But things are gonna get nasty out there. And John Higland, I did something wrong. I think I might have done something wrong. We'll get that.
What did you do?
We'll get to John Higland in a minute. And everyone's like, "What happened with John Higland?" We'll get to that in a minute. First off, let me say, you guys are all doing a very good job at liking and subscribing and devoting yourself to this new cause. Now, if I promise to give you more philosophy, if I promise to teach you how to fish instead of fucking pouring fucking fish guts, I'll just pour fish.
How to fish into your own soul.
This whole teach a man to fish thing, they forgot to tell you they poison the water. All right? How about you give me a fish, motherfucker? I'll figure out how to fish later. You give me the fish now, I'll go fish on my own. I'll get a book. Because they're dumping their Exxon Valdez and 1,800 other friggin', every time
why don't you just give him a fish and teach him to fish?
Yeah, do both. You're such a good fisherman. Give them both. Be a man. I love the idea of some guy starving. some skin and bones fucking rat of a man is like, I'm hungry. Like, can I have one of those fish? You got a bucket of fish. Can I have one of those? He's like, shut up. I'll teach you to fish. Like, all right, can I just have one first? Like, nope.
It was like that Bean Dad.
What's a bean dad?
Did you ever? Were you privy to that when it was going down?
It sounds familiar.
Or the guy taught his daughter how to open a can of beans.
Yeah.
Or let her figure out how to open a can of beans
That guy,
when she was hungry.
He's like,
already.
he open these beans and I'll stop molesting you or something. Whatever. I forget exactly. Don't accuse me of anything, slander or whatever. That's just how I remember it. Here's the thing. So look, point is, we'll get the bean dad in a minute, perhaps, or maybe I'll forget. No. Point is, but subscribe and like, and it's all fun. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/RayCump. You get extra episodes every week for $5. It's a great deal. Everyone who signs up is just like, I can't believe I didn't do this earlier. And I'm like, I know you don't listen. Why don't you listen to me? I lecture them in the comment section of the Patreon. But we're all happy. So why don't you, if that's your thing, why don't you do it? If it's not your thing, whatever. Then
people are meeting each other in there. They're finding their wives and husbands.
There people are procreating in our comments on Patreon.
Yeah.
They're just like,
People be getting pregnant in there.
People are just, like, I found a baby in there. Whose baby is this? No one answered. I'm like, well, I just gave you the fire department.
But you were talking about John Higland. You feel you've, incited him? That you've...
Well, look, I mean, we'll get to him. I'm not trying to tease you here.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be old school radio jock, Howard Stern. Well, we're gonna have Beetlejuice. I'm gonna show off Beetlejuice the Freak Man, which I guess he didn't call him that, but it was a vibe. I would like to have Beetlejuice on my show and just talk to him like a man. Talk to him about politics, Not like that fucking Howard Stern, that scumbag.
You treat him right.
Yeah, I wouldn't convince people on TV to convince it was why would I do that? Why would I do that? And I don't tease things. That being said, we'll get to John Higland in a minute. Because the point is, it kind of plays into something else. Another story. An exciting story for some and a terrible story for others. And that's just the way that we're not in the world of neoclassical, neoliberalism economics anymore. I said that before and I'm saying it again. This idea that we could all get better if we just trade. Winners and losers. It's the name of the game. Plus and minus, right? Zero-sum games. So what do I feel about a guy in a boat that blows up? I mean, I don't want anyone to die. But I don't know, whatever. But we blew up a boat. We have a video of the boat blowing up.
That almost makes it sound more that actually maybe condemns them more than they should be condemned.
I'm not condemning anyone.
It wasn't just some guys in a boat.
Right.
It was heinous cartel members.
Most likely. No, I mean, probably was. I don't think we just blew up.
These guys are bad guys.
Well, look, if you look on the backlash, some people seem to think that we just targeted the military. I mean, not me. I'm not sitting in the middle of some basement and on some Pentagon offsite with a joystick, firing Hellfire missiles. Don't. That's not my job. I already got my part in the economy. All right, you find some other guy to do that who's trying to fap less. My point is, though, some people push back. They seem to think that. Do we have the video of that?
The video of yes.
I guess whatever. People know. If you don't, basically. Oh, here we go. Yeah. This is
Tonight, the White House releasing this dramatic video of the U.S. blowing up a boat in the Southern Caribbean. President Trump says it was carrying drugs from Venezuela, and that the strike killed 11 members of the notorious gang Tren de Aragua.
Right. So the way some people will pitch this is that I guess we don't even know if these guys were just fishing. Right. Maybe they were just fishing. Maybe they were going on a pleasure cruise. Which, if that's the case, look, I mean, at a certain point, what are you gonna do as a person? What do you want me to tell you? You can affect change. If they're just gonna blow up, I mean, you might as well just accept the fact that it's a terrorist at this point. There really is no answer anymore. We spent all these years going like, whoa, oh, checks and balances. This probably is a good thing, right? Like, it's probably we blew up a boat full of terrorists or narco terrorists or whatever.
Right.
And if not, what are you gonna do about it? It's exciting, right? It's exciting.
If they're really just randomly blowing up boats.
It's all
that's
checks. There's no checks and balances anymore.
Right.
You're gonna talk about the Constitution? We're just gonna randomly blow up boats? Like,
right.
You kind of have to pick what you're gonna claim when you fight back.
I mean, even a lot of the critics of it, like, they seem to admit that, like, yeah, this is probably who these guys were.
Okay.
You know, but the criticism is more they deserved a trial anyway.
Right.
Which I kind of.
I mean, what is this? 1927? Like, what year are you like? We've gone through this. Like, we spent like decades blowing up Pakistani weddings.
Right.
You know, and like, you know, because they might have a guy who knew a guy who like, you know, who like used a prepaid card to play poker with another guy who, you know how it goes. And
it's also like, I don't know how much under an obligation we are to actually like extend like our constitutional protections that are intended for our citizens to
a country we haven't declared war on.
Drugs and underage prostitutes across.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, look. I mean, how do we have to? What's next? Do we have to like extend constitutional protection to CIA agents?
Right.
I mean, where does it end? But you know, it's not that complicated because you just kind of like, all right, I hope you're telling the truth,
right?
And if you're not, like, you know. So what would you? I mean, what would that be? I don't know. You're right. You because I feel like I maybe early on saw people making the. Here's what happens on social media. You start off getting people, and like they kind of coalesce eventually around better arguments, like you're saying. You know, oh, we'll give a fair trial. It's an argument. Yeah. But at first, you just see people going like, were they fishing? Maybe they're fishers. maybe they're doing paddleboarding. It's like, you know, like I don't, you know. So yeah, maybe my anger is misdirected.
Don't get me wrong; they may have been having fun on that boat. Because I've been reading a little bit about these guys at Tren de Agua.
Right. Okay. Well, look. So here's the thing. Before we get into it.
Yeah.
We have a new set. We haven't worked out the theme music. I may have like a bumper graphic, but we have a thing we're going to be doing where Lucie here does in a segment where she does investigative reporting.
I've embedded myself with some of the most dangerous people in the world
on the computer.
Yes.
Yeah. I've not allowed my wife to go hang out with drug dealers.
I've partied with them.
Whether at a hotel or on a boat.
They've tattooed little butterflies on my neck.
Do you realize how emasculating that would be to me? And
so emasculating.
I can't believe my wife became like what, cartel property? Like I can't. I'm not. I don't want to take shit.
My wife's ass belongs to the cartel.
I live my life in a way where I can like not take shit.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean, I don't really get involved. Like, I'm not the biggest pussy, but yeah, whatever. Like, I mean, but I don't get involved with people in the cartel because I don't want to get into a contest of who's going to do the worst thing to who. Mm-hmm. Right. That's how you have to live your life, by the way, boys. Don't throw yourself into situations. You can call it a coward's way. It's just being pragmatic. Why, you know? It's like, but sometimes women be doing it. They Lucie, thank God. But this could be a thing. A woman can bring a man down is by getting herself wrapped up in the cartel. She thinks it's platonic, but really she's cartel property. Mm-hmm. And it's just
I think I've earned their trust.
And I'm just sitting there going, you have made my life ruined. You've ruined everything. Cause I don't know what to do.
It's like, look me in the eyes, and they're just.
I have to go to John Higland and be like, I made a mistake, Mr. Higland. You have to teach me.
Imagine I just came back. I was covered in face tattoos.
I mean. Look, I love you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'd have to like get you late. Like we have to bring you to like one of those MRI machines and hopefully it just like lasers your face off or something.
Yeah.
Just get you a new face.
Yeah, it's a totally new face.
Because they'll just send what do they call the Sicarios after me? Mm-hmm. I like every man likes to fantasize about what they do if a Sicario came after them. But like I'm probably dying. Like just going by the numbers here. I know I've been working out more lately, but I mean, come on. Maybe if I keep doing I did incline press today, get my pecs big enough, maybe I'll sing a different tune. But for now, I'm not betting on myself. Mm-hmm. Which is whatever. Point is, So what have you learned about these men?
Well, okay, so here's something kind of interesting about them.
Okay.
They started their project, their gang project.
I love this idea. This game. Did they have a prospectus?
in this prison in Venezuela.
So you were mentioning a little bit about this. So they were they prisoners originally of the prison?
Yes.
Okay. So go on.
And so basically, they managed to somehow kind of take over this whole prison, the Tocaron prison.
Wow.
And
I did not realize this. I thought I assumed you were telling me a little bit. I assumed that they just kind of found like an abandoned prison. Oh. Like whoa, it's like hey, like party boys. Like the way a homeless guy might find like a nice box.
Right.
I can spruce this up. But they took over the prison they were in.
Yeah. And
wow.
They got like all this stuff for it. Like there was a swimming pool there. There was like a zoo with exotic animals in it.
Wow. That's
They had a nightclub.
Imagine being like one of the guys in that prison who like I still don't feel like joining this gang. Can I just go and like what? We took over the prison. Yeah, no, but I mean you're not gonna keep me here, right? Like you guys have the prison. Like I'm not a guard. And it's like I guess you join.
I mean, this is like it's like a Google headquarters or something.
Yeah, it really does sound exactly like how I envision the Google campus.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
just a bunch of fucking, violent sexual offenders and giraffes. That's where they kind of make their shipments from, and we don't know where they go.
Yeah, that's like where they started like headquartering themselves, and then I guess a couple of years ago they actually did like do a bust on it. Like a bunch of people went in, a bunch of police went in.
Oh, so they don't have the prison hangout anymore?
I don't think they have it anymore.
That actually makes me sad.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're doing this. Maybe that's why they're out there with the boats.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I mean,
they're kind of a party people.
Well, yeah. Look, I don't care what you tell me. I love boats. Now, I don't go on boats all the time because I don't have a boat. Because I'm not a rich man yet till I get that money. Mm-hmm. But I love a boat. And you tell me, hey, take this package, a bunch of 10 other dudes, and just go. Can you bring beer? Yeah, you bring beer. You shit with the cartel. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just bring this package there. You're listening to some fucking Jimmy Buffett.
Right.
You're fucking, you're doing some yacht rock.
Oh, for sure.
You're ripping a few fucking cold ones. Maybe, what else are you doing? Do you think they had any, like, ladies on the boat?
I mean, it would actually be sad if, like, they had a bunch of, trafficking victims in there with them or something.
Yeah. Look, I don't know that. Look, I think a lot of people... Yeah, I think a lot of what we call
today, President Trump blew up a shipment of underage prostitutes.
Well, I don't think I meant like cool prostitutes who were like, I don't think you want to bring a bunch of the most
hardened prostitutes.
Yeah, they're on a boat. You don't want to seasick. Mm-hmm. You want some women that have been around before.
Right.
And just make them deserve to. I mean, whatever. Look, if boats are getting blown up, I'm not the one blowing them up. Don't get mad at me. I just feel like I'm just. Fine. All right. My fantasy's ruined. Can't have women on the boat. Just a bunch of dudes. Big sausage party on the boat. Great.
No. Now that I get it, they're hardened like them. They're gang bitches.
Well, be careful what you say. But they might try to tattoo your face. She means the most respect possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a lot. It could be a lot, and then it blows up. It's not great. It's just what are you gonna do though? Now you go, why is Ray teasing John Higland? Why did he wait to tell this story before he got to the John? Because if you're tuning in for the first time, which why? But okay, welcome. No, I mean I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
But it just seems like I didn't do anything special. I didn't go on a show. I mean I assume everyone knows John Higland, the guy who was training me in my basement gym, that lives in this building. That's not clear. He lives in the building. And he was training. I was paying him to train me, and then he got mad at me and started calling me fat and all this nasty stuff. And we demanding I call him sensei and whatever. It's been a back and forth, the tit for tat. So I've been working out regardless. And they told me not to go to the gym until it's resolved. I've been going to the gym. I've been doing my pecs. I've been doing everything. I've been treating my body like a temple. But I did get drunk the other night. I got a little drunk, which I haven't been doing. And I did something wrong. Did the wrong thing.
What'd you do?
Look, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like living in fear. That's not. I don't want to give that impression now. But it's like somewhat stressful. I mean, like I don't love beef. I can engage in beef, right? Mm-hmm. I can beef with people. I can be a confrontational person. I have no problem with confrontation. But like the idea, like, it's just annoying to have to live. I've lived with people who I have like perpetual beef with for years, and not just my father. Like, you know, like roommates or whatever, like people who like, I lived in this like windowless room and like I wasn't cool with the people.
Right.
But it was fine.
Coworkers.
I would just mean mug them every time I got one to, you know, go get a, you know, hot dog out of the fridge or whatever. I'd be like, I would just be like, you know, I'm going to chat with them. So, but here's the deal. But, you know, so it's a little stressful, whatever you want to call it. And so I have some whiskeys. And I printed out a picture of that boat, and it just reminds you the boat blowing up. It wasn't this exact frame, but one of the, you know, basically. I printed out this picture, and I found his address, John Higland, on a package in the lobby. Right, it's just the security floor of the building, I guess. No doorman. And so I went to that, you know, unit, his door. It was like 2 a.m. about thereabouts, and I taped that picture to his door.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know how he's going to take it.
Wow. This is escalated.
Well, I feel like the least charitable interpretation of it is that I'm making a very strange threat to John Higland. I probably shouldn't be saying it on the show. I just realized because like they don't know yet.
Right.
I don't think no one's contacted me. But I don't know how he's gonna take it.
I mean, this is the first time that you've kind of you've given him a taste of his own stalking medicine.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm just sick. I don't like being like. I feel like I really talked about this even before, just a few minutes ago. I don't want to give you the impression that I feel like my wife holds me back in life in any way, or that like I can't do what I want to do. But I do feel like you know I have to be aware of like I would be much more of a mess. And chaotic force per se, maybe if I didn't have to work. I don't want you getting attacked. I don't want him. Weird. I don't know if he has a girlfriend that like, you know, I don't think he would hit you. Mm-hmm. I mean, if he is, that's despicable. Don't hit women. But like, he might have a girlfriend who's like a rat of a woman.
Oh, they always do.
Right?
These crazy guys always have like a crazy rat girlfriend.
Yeah. And so like, yeah, I don't want you getting like, you know, so I feel like she would just get like just use her nails to scratch your neck. Mm-hmm. But we have a wedding coming up, and I don't want you to get your neck scratched.
Yeah, she just starts scratching at me and spitting at me and going, bitch,
right? Yeah. You know, just and like you know,
I could see it.
It would be something. It would be something where she kind of like, you know, she's like, stop choking me. What? I don't know why I always like, and then she starts choking you. I don't know why I always attribute like strange women with the characteristics of me and what I would do in a situation. But she's like, don't choke me. And like, you're like, what? And she starts grabbing your neck with her nails. Whatever. Look, I mean, I'm sorry if you can't relate, but I have a wife. So it's just, you know, it's a concern is all I'm saying. So that's
why you haven't escalated sooner.
Right. I don't like taking shit, but I also like why escalate? But
if you had nothing to lose.
If I had nothing to lose.
If you had no wife.
Right. Now I have a wife to lose.
No life.
No, I would just no
career. Like what would you do to John Higland if none of those things were a factor?
I mean, I don't want to say because I mean, I don't frame him for murder, my murder. You know, I might shoot myself in the leg or stab myself and blame him.
Right.
You know, I might try to. I have a drill. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't know where he lives exactly, but I did fantasize about just drilling into the wall with a very large drill bit and just seeing what happens. Now, I was also drunk that night too. I didn't do it because I realized I don't know if he's on the other side of the wall or if he's like on the other side of the building. But you know, I thought about maybe like just leaving grease all over the floor.
That would be creepy. I mean, if you came home one day, if you knew you were in a feud with someone, and you were dealing with them,
right,
and you came home one day and your walls were covered in drill holes,
right,
that would be kind of creepy.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, if he did live next to us, that'd be so great because I feel like there might be like spaces. I don't know how construction works. I know some people in this show listen to the show. Loyal listeners are construction men. And then maybe you could, leave a comment, would my drill, what kind of drill? I mean, I'm not trying to do it, but I'm saying I don't know if like my wall, I know I can hear these scumbags making noise all night. These fucking, watching their anime. These fucking people I live with, these rich kids who watch anime all day and they cackle and they play music. I hate them. I fucking hate them. But I don't, but I'm not gonna just drill holes in their wall for no reason. Exactly. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
It's just I should have joined the army. I really should have joined the army because it's not. I get it. It's not that I want to hurt anybody, or I wish I had. I know it can screw you up, especially when you're in war. But it is knowing that knowing how to do things, or just doing horrible things in your past. Can a lot of those guys who see the horrible stuff don't fantasize necessarily about doing horrible stuff, like leave drill holes in the wall,
right?
When the guy, to get back at the guy.
Honestly, I loathe to think of how messed up your mind would be if you had actually been to war.
I mean,
because you have some crazy dark thoughts even now.
You
add a little bit of PTSD to that.
Look, I'm a whimsical man.
You could have been a real problem.
I feel like, would I have been responsible for the My Lai? No, I would not have done the My Lai massacre.
No, I don't view you that way.
Yeah, but I might have done but I might have been responsible for at the end of the day, I'm a good guy. I feel like I don't want to hurt defenseless things.
Yeah.
But I could see myself if a guy's already dead, it's sacrilegious. This is what I could do. I could be the guy. I'm just being honest. It's not me trying to be a tough guy. No, I don't know about war. I'm not pretending to. I'm just being honest about how I see myself. That's just. I'm trying to relate to you people out there.
Right.
This is
good.
It's not.
You're
I don't feel
up.
good about it. I'm just being honest. I wouldn't And I don't think most soldiers would hurt women and children either. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying maybe I'd wear someone's intestines as a necklace. I don't know. You could see yourself getting to a point like that where it's I wouldn't torture the guy, hopefully.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna do. You like to think you know what you're gonna do, but you never really know.
It's true.
What if I got a buddy and he's trapped in a camp, in an enemy camp. I got tortured. You're not gonna torture him to get him loose? I don't know. Maybe I would. It's a good buddy. We're good best friends. My best friend's in there,
Yeah. I'm
not gonna judge guys, without the evidence or knowledge. But yeah, I could see this guy's dead anyway, and he's not getting you can just tell he's not getting a nice burial. You know what I mean?
It's almost it's more just the Gallows humor.
Well, more just more I'm gonna be the weird crazy. I'm just build morale up in the unit.
Oh, right.
Every unit needs a guy
how the Apaches used to scalp their female victims.
Was that?
And then they'd wear the scalp of the woman as kind of as kind of a battle costume.
That seems not what I'm doing.
As they were riding at you with their hatchet in hand.
I'm not talking about wearing women's intestines, all right? That's I don't know what that is. That seems weak.
Well, look, obviously
you scalped a woman,
right?
How about a man's scalp?
But imagine that. Imagine you're dehydrated. It is kind of a good battle tactic when you think about it. Because imagine you're dehydrated in a desert, and this giant man on a horse comes riding at you, and he's wearing a bloody woman's wig.
I take it back. I take it back. I do know. I'm going to purport to know a little bit about the military and what I would do.
Yeah.
In this context alone, in the context of my wife and Lucie, my wife, is just friggin' painted here. I feel like I would be a good military commander for that moment. So I go, don't panic, boys. It's just a woman's scalp. They only killed the women. Don't be intimidated. Shoot straight, boys. I feel like I would. That's how I see that situation. It's just it was a bunch of guys. You go, oh damn, maybe they killed a bunch of They could be guys who work at the post office. You don't know from a distance. But yeah, but you could at least. But it's a woman's scalp. Come on, I would never be intimidated by that. How tough could that woman? I'm not saying women can't fight ever. But still. But every unit needs look, Adam Baldwin, the big animal mother in Full Metal Jacket, right? Was it Adam Baldwin? I think it was. you know, he says some not nice things in that movie. He seemed like he's generally kind of maybe an unpleasing kind of guy. But even the guy with the black guy who he was being racist to was like, look, he's a piece of shit, but he's a fine human being when the battle starts. You know, that like you need. And I wouldn't. So what would you rather have? Me screaming the N-word all day, or I'm wearing intestines? You know, it was a different time. It's not. It wasn't cool back then, but it's less cool now. So I put the intestines on my head.
Right.
I go, come on, guys, nothing can stop us. We're gonna win.
I was once when I was in school. I was like listening to this. I went to listen to this speech by a guy who is part of a group called Veterans Against the Wars in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Not very catchy, but yeah.
And it was, and he was like, you know, the whole thrust of it. It was actually a moving speech. Like it was about what war does to people and how you should never send people to war flippantly, or just for profit or whatever.
I agree with that.
But he was like telling a story about how like one of the things that made him realize how messed up he was that like he got it was that him and his troop like discovered a dead body or something, like some guy who had been blown up by one of them or something.
Okay.
And so they took pictures with the corpse.
Oh yeah.
And then he put the pictures in one of the pictures in a locket.
Yeah.
And then sent the locket to this girl he liked back home.
Oh,
like
God.
as kind of a gag.
Wow, this is so much worse than anything I was describing. First of all, to be clear, I want to point out, just remind you, look, I got myself into that mindset, but that's the worst I could see myself getting. Is my point.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not saying I would do that. This guy. Friggin',
honestly, I'm not sure what I consider worse.
Oh, this is way worse. Look, my thing is a thing of like.
A guy, like I think that was just a guy getting too into the dark humor of the setting he was in. He didn't realize how much it would freak this girl out to send her.
I'm going to tell you why it's worse. Mm-hmm. All right, my theoretical thing that I wouldn't want to do and I would be ashamed of, but would be the worst I would go. Is my point. Is a guy who was already dead and he did that, right?
Right.
And you go, all right, I'm like, wearing intestines. Like, first of all, it's like, yes, it's technically sacrilege. I mean, and I guess I would not endorse this. But it's like technically sacrilegious or whatever. But like, it's not bringing shame to him. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not wearing his head as like as a second head.
Right.
You know, it's just it's intestines, right? Like it's just nasty and it's gnarly and it's just like we're in war and it gets all through them and we're fighting to the end, baby. But I'm saying that for the benefit of the younger soldiers, you know,
right?
Who I'm protecting.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not just a soldier in this case. I'm like a mother hen.
Right.
And like for the Barney's intestines, and this, again, theoretical. Now, this guy. Now, look, I don't like to subscribe to the idea of someone who's repenting, like to pile on.
Right. Right.
But it is. I want to be clear. Like even in my wildest dreams, I wasn't this bad. Now I didn't go to war, so it's easy to say. But I don't want the idea that there's a difference between like you don't know what will happen and like saying like, well, I can see myself doing it. It's different things, right? So like, I'm not trying to judge him.
No, look, I think you are being very self-aware here. You're saying that you would do something and it's pretty weird.
Well, I could be pushed to the point perhaps, but no further, right? So like, it's very clear. Now, This guy is doing it for a gag to get some pussy. To get laid?
Well, I think it was more of an afterthought. Like it's like I want to send something to this girl I like, and we took these pictures.
Right, but my thing is, sorry to cut you off. Yeah. My thing is like to show the other young soldiers like we're the darkness,
right?
Like we're in hell, and then we're demons, and we're doing this, and no one can kill us.
Right.
Then we could all get killed. I mean, whatever, it's war. But like his thing is more just like, what's up, boo? Look what I did. You know, you like that? Look how cool I looked. You know, wearing this guy's head as a hat. It's just, I do think it's just worse, even though he's repenting. So it's fine. It's fine, I guess. I would have not told that story. I would have worried that it made me like. I think he overshared, perhaps, even in the but again. Strategically overshared.
But he overshared for good cause.
If I was like,
and he was speaking to end the war.
I know, but if I was like the guy above him in that organization, I'd be like, look, again, we all did stuff. I mean, I didn't do anything that bad, but we all did stuff that we're not proud of. But you know, I think you're sharing might alienate people more than it brings people in. You know, like it's just I love
how immediately like we're talking about this starts out as you trying to sympathize with the psychology of being there.
No, I don't.
Like no, but my theory theoretical thing is better than yours.
I'm being careful, but I do think I have a good sense of how the public is. The public is fickle. Look, I get it. I get that you didn't mean to wear his head as a hat. But I mean, just saying. Some of these people are a little sensitive. I mean, look, this was what, like probably 2010 or something, right? Mm-hmm. Look how much more sensitive people got since then. Right? In general, for all sorts of reasons. Right. How sensitive, and you think everyone would be like, oh, it's so cool you did that. And it's okay now. No, they were cancel his ass. I want this guy to get a job later. I'm just saying, like, I hope that wasn't videotaped.
Yeah.
I'm here for the soldiers. I'm not trying to cover up massacres, but, like, whatever. Right. You didn't mean to. Mm-hmm. It's a fine line. War is hell. That's why it shouldn't be war. It's like that Bruce Willis, I mentioned a while back, but that movie, The Siege. Mm-hmm. Bruce Willis is like, don't put me in, coach. They wanted to bring the military to New York City because of terrorism or something. And they got, I'm like a hammer, not a scalpel.
Right.
And they put him in, and they got mad because he tortured the guy. Like, I told you I'd do this.
I told you. Poor Bruce Willis.
Whatever. I mean, now he's not doing well. What is this? What's happening?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up.
I thought you were going to play the clip from... How'd you find it that quick? Don't worry about it. We're past it. It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
Bruce Willis, he doesn't remember that he was a famous actor.
He doesn't remember his name, probably. It's sad. I mean, sometimes... I'm trying to make a life. I actually like Bruce Willis a lot. I don't know anything about him personally, but... Yeah, these are these videos about him. Now there's all these videos about Bruce Willis, and this just seems sad. I wasn't going to bring him up, but I did. Die Hard 3 is amazing. Die Hard 1's amazing. Die Hard 2 is also pretty good. Fifth Element. He doesn't remember how much I love him. That's
very sweet.
Yeah. And if I told him about my intestine idea, he wouldn't even remember it for a couple minutes. I think that actually could be, maybe that should be, maybe we should get people in his situation who are like, they agree to, like, if you tell me, hey, you tell me, because some people just don't want to talk to a priest. Mm-hmm. People don't trust priests anymore. I don't blame them. I know a lot of priests might mean well, but, sorry. Mm-hmm. Sorry, not sorry. But, like, they still got to get stuff over their chest. We should engage, like, he doesn't have Alzheimer's, but whatever it is. Hey, you a patriot? Yeah. Well, when your brain goes bad. How about you? This will happen. I mean, the guys will just tell you the most worst, heinous shit in the world that they did in war, and you just go, yeah, it's all right. Whatever, it's fine. you gotta remember anyway,
right?
But you do subconsciously. It's like a horror movie. What if you subconsciously did remember a little bit,
right? And
just leaked into your weird, broken consciousness.
That became your memory.
Don't steal this idea for a movie. This could be my big break. It's called Bruce Willis's Mind. Oh, man. I mentioned, so I mean, honestly, maybe nothing will come of it. I feel like if someone just randomly saw a picture of a boat blowing up, they feel vaguely threatened, but, it's not like, what are they going to do, go to the cops?
Right.
Hope not. Hope they don't. You gonna lie for me if it comes down to it?
Oh, always.
Give me a liar's alibi. Just a sweet liar's alibi, baby.
Look,
one more time.
You tell me ahead of time. I'll construct an amazing alibi for you. I'll create a replica of you.
How about you let me?
A big straw replica.
You always do this.
And I'll literally like go to the diner with it or something.
Why can't you just learn the script I give you?
So it's not just me. It's not just me saying, "Oh yeah, he was here."
Why can't you just learn?
It's also like a waiter. It's like some.
You always want to make it so it's a show tune thing. Like we're making a play. It's just like just remember the important facts.
The waiter will be looking at me and my hey husband, but he won't remember.
So we're involving a waiter now.
He won't remember that it was hey. Like, cause I'll make it look really good. He'll just think like, oh yeah, there was a guy in like a red, white, and black.
We're going to prison.
Fatigue.
We're going to prison.
A sweatshirt and a crazy hat. And
we're going to prison. You need to cut this out. Listen, if I come to you in a panic, I'm like, I need you to make an alibi. You can't be, come up with these crazy ideas.
And then I can use your credit card to pay for the meal, and I'll get a delicious meal.
They're gonna get us on bank fraud or something.
The kind of meal that like a waiter would remember. Amazing.
What? Like, can I get piss and shit in an omelet? A piss and shit omelet? I remember this fat guy came in, a fucking weird camo shirt, and he was asking me for a piss and shit omelet. And I was like, what? And he's like, I'll just have a hamburger. I was like, he didn't even, I barely got a chance to respond. I think he wanted the hamburger. Well, no. Who wants a piss and shit omelet? And that's that could be like a Law and Order, like a segue, you know, like one of those quippy segues they have. Like the scene ends where he's talking to the cops. He's like, I mean, who wants a piss and shit omelet anyway? And just cuts up like the next scene. We're never gonna solve this case. I mentioned before that we're going to a wedding.
That's right.
A little wedding, a family wedding.
A young person's wedding.
Oh, how young?
A big young wedding.
How young are they? Like 30,
they're
right?
like in their 20s.
Oh, I thought they were like late 20s, though, right?
Jeez.
I didn't.
They're feeling catty today.
Well, no, I didn't look. It's one. Like, I'm not. I don't love young people. Look, I mean, if you're a younger person listening to the show, I'm sure you're not the type of. But I don't like festivities, per se. I mean, look, it's one thing when a bunch of older people just set in their ways, and we agree to come together and have we're celebrating, and we know how to act, right? And we know how to drink and not make a big deal out of it, and not like dance so loud and act like this is the greatest thing ever, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but young people tend to think this is amazing. Like my parents aren't here, I'm gonna get crunked. Is that still a thing? I don't like it. You can call me a fogey. You can call me what's the matter? You look at me like I have boomer energy. I'm sure they're mid-20s. It's fine.
You're gonna have a blast at this thing.
I'm gonna do whatever I do. Look, I'll be honest with you. I might let myself go a little bit. Is that expression? Let yourself go. Because I got a little look. The invitation kind of tried to make me. I feel like they wanted to make me feel like self-conscious. Because it said something to the effect of, "This is a fancy wedding," right? Like it's not black tie, because that would be tuxedos, right?
That would be tuxedos. Yeah.
It's not tails and pails.
But it was recommended that you wear a dark suit.
Yeah. Which I have anyway, because I wear a suit I wear at a funeral, so it's fine.
Dark shoes.
Yeah. I don't like the idea. So look, if you're gonna do black tie, do black tie. You're gonna do, otherwise I know how to dress myself for a wedding. I'm not gonna show up to your fucking wedding, wearing a Budweiser frog T-shirt, much as I might like to, me showing up in a Budweiser shirt and a pair of and a garbage bag as my pants. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna. Like that's how I. When you tell me to dress nice, that's how I feel. So I might decide just to get a little very, very drunk.
Oh yeah.
And make a big problem of myself.
You're gonna make a scene.
Well, I mean, a scene more of a problem. A scene is just more like, oh, what's happening there? I want people to be like, is this gonna be okay? Is the wedding going to keep going? Why is he so sweaty? He's very red. And who overserved him? Oh, he brought a giant bottle of bourbon. Okay. I guess call the cops. That's what I want to have happen.
So, all right. So you actually want to? I mean, are you going to start grabbing the mic?
Look, I mean, you're saying as if it's gonna. I have too much respect for microphones in my experience. I'll do something nice with the mic. I'll give a nice speech.
Yeah,
and it'll be probably better than any speech of the night. I don't care how drunk I am. All right, I'm gonna really. So that I don't like that implication. I would just be boring people with my drunkenness. I'll tell some nice dirty jokes. I'll rant about migrant crisis. Which might may go over well with some of them. Who knows? Things are not what you think. Young people are not politically what no one knows what's happening with them. I mean, some people they're very. I've heard they're very intense politically. If you catch my drift. And maybe I'll play the crowd a little bit. We'll see how things go. We'll do a little crowd work. But that wasn't what I was
Test
thinking.
the waters a
Yeah,
little
that
bit.
wasn't even what I was thinking though. You went right to the microphone. I feel like I would come in and try to impose my will on the wait staff. No, I love wait staff. Not will. I realize how my sound to you because you don't understand. I'm always very polite to wait staff, but I would need to build up like a credibility for why I'm a problem. So I would start coming and giving them my macros first. I need to know the calorie count of this meal with and the macros. I don't understand. I've been lifting lately. I've been working out. I can't just not know. I can't put things in my goddamn mouth. What's so hard? You know what you put. You know what they put in the chip. What do they cook it with? Oil or butter? You know, and just start making. Honestly, like they should be able to tell you. I don't know why restaurants can't just like. I'm not saying you have to publish it in like the newspaper. Like this has 1,000 calories. Oh, don't eat it. I get it. You're a business, but if I want to know if I can eat this banh mi sandwich and stay within my macro range. It shouldn't be like trying to find the Holy Grail in Jerusalem or whatever, you know?
Right.
And then I guess things just will escalate from there as organically. I'm not gonna try to script the whole thing line for line, but I feel like I just want people to remember me when I die. Is that so wrong? What's wrong? Why everyone else gets to do that? Everyone else gets to like go to war and write a memoir and like or be a politician and write a memoir. What am I gonna write about?
You want a legacy.
I need stories. I need stories to tell my grandkids or people in prison who I'm in prison with. You know? Mm-hmm. Like what am I gonna say? Like, oh, and then like if I end up going to prison for any number of reasons, even though I try to live my life as a moral man. If I end up going to prison, what am I going to be like? And then the next week, me and Lucie podcasted again. I need real stories. I need to get my hands in the dirt.
Maybe we should go on a cross-country road trip.
Interesting.
Like to see America.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should get a abandoned school bus or something, right?
Yeah, or an RV.
This
is starting to sound like the kind of thing that leads to my murder, but...
Why me?
Well, I know it wouldn't be you.
I'm not taking you to a national park. Don't worry. We'll build a cage, not a cage, but the whole back half of the bus will be caged off, and Dana the cat can be in there.
Right.
And we'll go around like that. Like there's a lot of YouTubers like that. There's that guy, Andrew Garfield. No, what's his name? The guy with the big hair. And he goes around, the bars and talks to drunk people. And like, I'm a journalist. Like, I guess. The guy who interviewed Hunter Biden.
Oh,
Andrew something. Whatever. Yeah. Callahan.
Right.
We'll be like the new Andrew Callahan. You've had your time. Now we're doing it. We'll just follow him around. And like, look him up for this guy. He's very famous.
Oh, right. Yeah.
This is This guy, you can see his face.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't. Only some of those pictures are him. The guy with the big hair. Whatever. He goes around the bars and he goes like some drunk biker and be like, I don't really watch it that much. I've seen clips and he goes like, oh, what do you like? What kind of chicken you like or whatever? I don't know. I probably see. This is probably the problem. I don't think things through.
Right.
So I'm thinking like the guy's probably asking some really great questions. I know he was talking to Hunter Biden about crack. How much crack costs or whatever, where you buy it.
Yeah, how much crack costs.
So, I don't know. I think he asked the difference between crack and powder, which just seems like, I know you're trying, like, it just seems like, we all know what the difference is.
Right.
You look up in 2 seconds on Wikipedia. Why are you asking a crackhead? It seems insulting. It seems like an insult. So it's like asking a woman who became a prostitute because she was broke and had to feed her kids. And oh, interesting. So like, how much would you charge for a blowjob? It seems disrespectful or whatever. But he did. I guess Hunter Biden does have corruption allegations,
right?
So I guess this is all a wash. But my point is, we'll follow him around and we'll just try to beat him to the punch. Like I feel like every time we see him like interviewing a guy, I'll just roll up with my own camera. But it's like the way you would if it was like a fire and the fire chief was at the fire and like everyone's trying to get the mic in his mouth and the people yell at each other like reporters. Like, I'm asking the question. It'll be like that. But these are random people. That's actually not a bad idea. Again, no one steal this idea. I have all these ideas. I need to franchise these ideas out. I'm an idea man. I'm like Karl Rove. I feel like could I have come up with those like guys, what do they call those Brooks Brothers goons. Remember in the Florida recount in 2000? Like they sent those guys and dressed up like preppy.
Oh right, yeah,
guys
the prep squad.
to try and try and mug their way into the count. I feel like I could have come up with that. Like that's my role. I don't think I missed my window yet, but I mean I think I'm the guy behind the curtain. Like what if we just poison the water? You know, I think what does that mean? Like, I don't know. You know, I had the idea. You figure it out. Right. You know, brainstorming.
Yeah.
What I imagine a writer's room would be like. We just brainstorm ideas, but for carnage or whatever. Why don't we have a writer's room for wars? I mean, like literally, but like literally just a bunch of generals going around, like just riffing, and they come up with ideas. We get stuck.
That's basically war propaganda, right?
No, but I don't mean how to convince people to let us keep doing the war. I mean
to actually do.
Yeah, we spent like 20 years in Afghanistan, and no one, and like you should have had like a bunch of dudes just being like, "Wow, what if we try just giving them money?" I mean, there are ideas like this sometimes. I'm not saying no one has idea, but like it should be a thing where you're riffing off each other, and everyone's got a gun because you're in the military at that point, so you get to have a gun. And you can maybe shoot it when it's a good idea. We'll shoot our guns in the ceiling. I
feel like that's kind of what like the OSS was, like the OSS before.
Yeah, the original before the CIA was like, oh, we're gonna because the OSS used to be like just dirty tricks.
Yeah,
like how we get these Nazis.
At one point, they were like strapping bombs to bats.
Right, like cool shit. You're like, just fucking wild card shit. And then everyone got back from the war. Like, all right, now we're gonna take what we were doing, and we're gonna just. A few changes. Now it's just going to be like, how do we make the banks get all the money? It doesn't seem like what we were doing. What about the bats? Like, we'll leave the bats in Germany. That's for that was fun. But now we're just going to fucking tank the economy and give the banks all the money, and maybe the president goes into the ground. It's like, well, that doesn't seem fun.
The president goes into the ground.
I'm just saying, look, it's like everyone's like, oh, the original OSS became the CIA. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, like I guess a few of the guys, E. Howard Hunt. That reminds me. We'll end on this. Bring up William Buckley, E. Howard Hunt. Sorry for the beeps. I think my chicken's ready. I've been sous videing chicken, and my app's telling me it's ready. Is that us?
This is like an old thing of us. It's like a picture-in-picture.
We should start doing it. We should start having episodes.
Infinite Kump.
Yeah, this is the Infinity Kump. William Buckley, E. Howard Hunt. Now, everyone knows who E. Howard Hunt is. He's a classic CIA guy. He was OSS. He was around the Bay of Pigs. All sorts of shenanigans. He's tied into all of it.
Execution.
He's going to introduce. This is back in journal. He was involved in Watergate, which is what they're going to talk about in this show. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It's probably fun. Just get the part where he's describing him.
Television to quote the blackmail of Howard Hunt, and the tapes, of course, as we all know, use the same word. But there are two interpretations of Mr. Nixon's conduct when threatened with the alleged blackmail we propose today. To question Mr. Hunt about these critical events, both as they affect him and as they affect Mr. Nixon. Howard Hunt was second in command of the Watergate break-in. He gave himself up shortly after the principals were apprehended. In January of 1973, he pleaded guilty. In March, he was sentenced to 35 years in jail for conspiring in a simple break-in, unarmed, without larcenous intent, and with a clean record. He was jailed in March. Meanwhile, his wife had been killed in an airplane accident. In August, he testified before the Irvin Committee. In November, Judge Sirica reduced the sentence to 8 years. In December, the Court of Appeals ordered his release, pending a review of alleged irregularities in the prosecution. Next June, the next month, the Court of Appeals will hear arguments. After that, he will return to jail or remain free. Meanwhile, he is at work on a book about his experiences, tentatively entitled The Road to Watergate. It will be his 43rd book. I'm constrained to say full disclosure-wise, that I have known Mr. Hunt for 23 years, and I'm the godfather of 3 of his children, and executor of his wife's estate.
I know it's a long build-up.
I mean, it's a long build-up, but it's like, that's crazy.
Dude, no, this is like,
He
so you're CIA.
Right.
Right, but I mean, like, I've heard whips of it before, but like, it's just so blatant.
Yeah.
I know it was like a long, but whatever, you get it. It's
Like the godfather to both of his children, like that strikes you as weird
Yeah.
to begin with, but that's
3 of his children. I'm godfather to 3 of his children, and executor of his wife's estate, who died in a plane crash shortly after Watergate. Like, what's going on?
right.
And he just brings this guy on, and like, later in the episode, like someone's asking him, like, 'cause the whole thing pertains to like, I guess like John Dean came to Nixon back, it was one of the crucial things of Watergate, and said like Hunt wants like whatever $70,000. Always gonna like say shit or whatever. He's like, I would get the money. So the money can be got. You know? And it's like a crucial thing where he's like a black man who's paying off a black. But like, and this the whole point of this interview is like, maybe it's true, but he's establishing that actually, like covert people who get caught, there's always an understanding the family gets paid while the imprisonment's happening. It's one of those things, right? Mm-hmm. So but then like later, like this like female like journalist was in the crowd, and she like they'll answer a question. He's like, "Do you think Nixon should be indicted?" He's like, "You don't have to answer that." He's like, "Mr. Buckley," he's like, "Don't answer that. I didn't bring you on for that." So whatever. I mean, we're talking about the OSS and stuff, but Buckley might have been the guy with the bats.
Right.
Is the point. He'll probably claim that he was just, at Harvard, drinking highballs. But maybe he was strapping bats to bombs. You don't know. It's a dangerous world out there. But,
Truly.
So anyway, we've come to another end, but it's not the end for you out there. There's hope. It's going to get a lot worse, but not necessarily for you. Maybe it gets better for you. Better, worse, boat blows up. I don't know. There's no more answers. Just stay safe, and just try to be all right. Try to be okay. Have a good night.